You see it? I see it. I'll stream it to you though, so you can get the live
All right.
footage. Oh, I think OBS is a weird setting. I gotta change that. Okay, now it's good. Yeah. Am I streaming? I don't know because I don't have the Discord sound. Okay.
Your stream is running.
I can't. I've been really enjoying Sunflower, and I get scared when I play Sunflower because I'm like, oh, this lobby's sweaty. I'm gonna get massacred. But then you know what? It ends up not being so
Do
bad.
Sunflower. Do Sunfaro.
Okay, I feel like 3-shot burst. That's kind of awesome. Fire Flower. I haven't done the normal one either. This is the most kills I have is with this Sunflower of any character right now.
A Sunfaro?
No, that was the I've never played Sunfaro. It was the electric one.
Oh. We never played the Sunfaro. Look at this guy.
I probably got it.
He is a beaut.
Side. I think it's a she. I think most plants are she. The two of the new plants, well, I say new, like, they didn't get invented like 10 years ago, but 8 years ago. The citron and the corn, the kernel corn, to my knowledge, are the only male characters. The cactus or the Peashooter.
Is it the one that's wearing the hat?
Might be a...
Peashooter is definitely a boy.
I don't know.
I've never seen Peashooter as a female.
I feel like that's the
Maybe
I don't know where I get that information, but like, I feel like all four of
my sources that I made it the fuck up.
Exactly. In my fan universe.
The one that source crack pipe.
Okay, this is not accurate.
I don't know how I feel.
Do you see this?
I don't know how I feel about I do see this. I don't know how I feel about the Sunflower being like offensive.
Offensive?
I mean, you can shoot.
Oh.
What is Lil Bro shooting?
Petals.
The sun.
Sunflower seeds. Spitting it out.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Just like real sunflowers do. Okay, I don't know about this accuracy, Chief.
What's your favorite plant? What's your favorite plant?
What do you? Can you be more specific? What does that mean? Like in this game,
what's your favorite,
all of Plants vs Zombies?
All time.
I don't know what that means because like I have a favorite playable plant, but I also have like you'd have to pick a game. I think is the fair way to fix that question.
All of PVZ.
That doesn't make sense to me. There's a card game.
Let's
what if I pick a card?
Let's hit the classics.
Any card.
No goofy like Pharaoh or like Pirate Sunflower or whatever. Let's just do PVZ one. Just the classics, the huge.
Okay. I think for a long time it was cattails, and then it switched to spikeweed.
I gotta say, 3D Crazy Dave is cursed as hell.
Yeah. Kind of like it, honestly.
Switch to what?
As like a young man, it was...
Cattails was your favorite.
Cattails. And then, yeah, it switched to spikeweed.
Spikeweed's great.
Been my favorite for the first game. It's too good. It's actually probably the best plant. One of the best. I think I put it in S tier in my tier list on the channel.
You have a PVZ tier list somewhere?
Yeah, it's on the channel. It's like 40 minutes of me from memory talking
rambling
about stuff. I wonder if I got anything wrong. I probably did. because I didn't have any information yet.
What's your favorite vibe wise? Like if it's just like you're not picking it off like usability and like how good it is and like a tier list ranking. What's like the vibes?
I feel like I really vibe with the classic characters. Like I love Peashooter, I love Sunflower. Those are like, those are. I feel like I like Cactus less aesthetically and more ability wise. But aesthetically, Sunflower and Peashooter are top notch.
My dog, the guy I would take into a fist fight with me would be the Squash. I think that's my favorite.
Into a well, he's not gonna
I
win a
love
fist
this
fight.
one.
He's gonna straight up kill the person he's fighting.
Well, that's on him for throwing hands with a fucking squash plant.
Right. No, I mean I agree, but
Like you get into a cage with a bear, what do
Right.
you expect?
okay. All right.
I just love the guy. I mean, the guy is vibey. He has a mean,
He's vibey,
mean
he's
face.
drippy.
He's drippy. He's a vibe.
I agree. I think. Have you?
Sometimes
did
I
you see
like
that?
wake up after 5 hours of sleep with the same face expression as
Have
the
you
squash. Get out of the
seen
bed the same.
as the squash? The ad
Jump on the fucking table.
search
ad?
Colonel Corn Garden Warfare 2 trailer and find the live action trailer.
No.
Where the general walks up.
Colonel Corn Garden Warfare 2 trailer?
Yeah.
Live action? Oh, there we go. That's horrifying.
You don't vibe with that? Colonel, it's the zombies.
Do not vibe with this. I do not vibe with this yellow bastard.
Yeah, Yellow Bastard from Sin City.
Dude, actually. It's crow time.
Missing a lot of shots.
I mean, I think this. Like,
think
isn't this
three.
the same corn guy from the original game? He's just walking now.
Like no, he's not a Colonel Pult. He's too different.
Good
That
new
that
guy.
thing is a catapult. I mean, he's
mean,
just.
maybe
I
this
think he's
guy
just a
just-
corn-based plant, as well.
Okay, since we're on stream shooting shit, let's talk Borderlands trailer because that was not it, my guy.
There's so many weird decisions went into it.
Why is everybody so old? Weird decision number one.
Yeah,
Every
normally they make
character is
people too
old.
young. Too old is just. I don't even know how that is a choice.
Kate Blanchett is like almost 60 years old. Why is she Lilith? Why is Tannis Jamie Lee Curtis? Jamie Lee Curtis is like 70 years old.
Yeah, also very old. At
Why
least
do they
have
make
funny
Jamie
man
Lee
Jack
Curtis
Black?
wear a shirt with a like big cut? Why do I have to see Jamie Lee Curtis's old boobs? Like, this was just disturbing. Roland as Kevin Hart as Roland might be the single weirdest casting choice ever.
It's like a fan-made trailer if you think about it.
This actually feels like one of those like fake Venom video game. You ever seen those trailers?
No, but you know, I'm wondering where Brick is, where Mordecai is, why Krieg's in the game, why they're giving Tiny Tina
they
such a
have-
major role.
They're going up against Atlas, which
Yeah, so
suggests it's
it's like the
Borderlands
first game.
1.
Yeah,
But there are like big Hyperion wrecks in the trailer that Tina is on top of, which suggests Borderlands 2.
there are Hyperion
like, the
guns
whole
at least in
present.
the first game, but I don't know if
Yeah, no, but like
They only
Hyperion
show
didn't
Atlas.
even look like this in Borderlands 1. Hyperion didn't even have that like aesthetic.
I think their guns did.
No.
Are they not yellow and stuff?
I think so.
It might not have been.
Um, what else? That claptrap shitting joke at the end was like the worst thing I've ever seen. What is even the joke that Claptrap likes to shit while people are looking at him? That's the funny.
Yeah, I mean
That's the
it's
that's
slightly
the
better than
levels we're
Marvel
dealing
humor,
with.
but it's still not great.
No, it's not, actually. I don't think that's better than Marvel humor. That is bad.
I don't
Marvel
know.
humor is just like millennial quips. That's what Marvel humor is. This is like actual like poop joke. Like this is we are this.
I think poop jokes are a part of the series.
Poop jokes are like poop jokes can be funny, but like that was just bad. It was just so long. It was like 15
Yeah, they
seconds
made it
of
really
Claptrap
long. Yeah.
shitting. It keeps going. Oh, keep looking at me shitting. It's just like a weird.
I'm gonna watch that movie.
I am as well. I am gonna watch that movie. To be fair,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that movie, and I'm gonna hate it. I think, but
I'm gonna watch that movie in theaters.
oh, there you go. You're the top performer.
I rezzed 3 people. That's all it took.
4. Dude, I gotta put this out. Borderlands was never good for the story. Just because Handsome Jack was a good villain does not make
Jack.
story good. Does not make Borderlands stories too good. Like Borderlands 2 story, I can like remember just scraps of it, and I've played that game like 4 times.
The
Like, I
characters
still
are good.
could-
The story, however.
No, I would argue the characters are also not good for the most
But
part.
what
Like,
about Jack? No, there's a lot of good characters. There's the Tales from the Borderlands characters. There's
That doesn't count.
Zero.
That doesn't count. That's a whole different studio that knew how to make these little
Yeah,
quaint.
and then actually Gearbox completely ruined it or whatever. In the next game.
Yes, and then Gearbox took a shot at it and shot themselves in the head. Gearbox pulling up and being like, "Yo, let us take a shot," and then actually just shooting themselves in the leg and bleeding out from the artery.
That is what happened, but you know.
Like good Borderlands characters. All right, I'll go. Good
Okay.
Borderlands characters.
Drop them.
Handsome Jack.
Yeah.
Scooter.
I bet my list is gonna be longer than yours.
I'm still cooking.
You're done.
Define good. Define good. Like, because Zero is cool. Zero depth. Actually, no depth to Zero. He is just cool spaceman
bit
that
of an
speaks in
enigma.
haiku.
Why is there an
Yeah,
enemy I
that's
can see?
cool,
'Cause
but
I'm
it's-
scanning it.
That's cool, but that's not good. Like, I'm not gonna be like, wow, dude, this character goes really hard. Let me write a 4-page analysis on him.
No one's
Like, he's
asking
just-
for. You don't have to have a character doesn't need 4 pages of analysis to be a good character.
Okay. Okay, no, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Like
are we
Brick
just,
is great.
Are we going
Mordecai
by
is great.
good character, or cool character? Or like, like, are we including characters that are just cool?
Why am I
into
the actual
dialogue?
SpongeBob character in this game right now? Do you see this?
Who is that? Why do you have like a? You a diver? Old timey diver?
R.I.P. Bozo.
Alright, let me keep going with the list.
I
Let
am
me
a
keep going
diver.
with the list. I think by the logic of adding Scooter, I need to add Ellie, because I do enjoy Ellie. I don't think she's like obnoxious or anything. So Moxie is a fine enough character, I think. He is
Describes her as
drawn
fine.
to be hot. He's
Is it wrong
drawn
to be hot?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. She's funny. She's like spiteful, spiteful, hot, 4 or 5 ex-husbands. Scooter and Ellie are her children from like redneck. Yeah, Brick, Mordecai, Tina. Tina's a good character, I think, even though she can be annoying. Tina is like the Marvel character. Like, if she doesn't open her mouth too often, it's fine.
Tina and
As
Claptrap,
soon as
if
she
they
overstays her,
they're annoying, but they're funny, and yeah, that's why I'm so confused why she's a main
Claptrap.
character in this new movie, is because she's going to get annoying.
Claptrap is funny in 2 and really, really fucking bad in 3.
What about pre-sequel when he's a
And
playable character?
no comment on pre-sequel. No comment. I
What about
don't
1?
actually know.
Have you
Was
even
he
like?
even in 1? I didn't even know. I never played 1. I never
He's
played
the
1,
first.
so I'm going off of.
This is what happens in 1. You get off the bus. What's her name? Angel or whatever. The Jack's daughter.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
talks to you.
she is also in 1?
Yeah, she talks to you, and then she's like a funny little robot. Well, is that the second one actually?
That's
Or
the
is it
second
both?
one. This is
Doesn't
the
she
second
talk to
one.
you? She's in 1, isn't she? Maybe not.
I don't know if she is in 1.
Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, you get off the bus and Claptrap's right there immediately. I'm pretty sure she is in 1. I feel like she says that in 1. She's like a funny little robot. Will greet you. I think I played 1 more recently than any of the other ones.
Guardian Angel Borderlands 1. I have no clue.
Gun's pretty good.
Yeah, I think she is. Yeah, she is in Borderlands 1.
I love
Didn't
the soldier.
know, didn't play.
It's not bad.
Didn't know, didn't play.
You're just there for the gameplay. You're not there for,
Yeah.
for anything else. And aesthetically, it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot more simple than the later games, I think, from what I've seen. Alright, but anyway, good characters. I'll keep going. Good character. I actually don't know how I forgot him. Literally, my single favorite character in all of Borderlands, Hammerlock. He is funny and he has some depth.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Borderlands did irreparable damage. Borderlands 3 actually fucking dropped a nuke down Arasaka
You
Tower.
don't
on
understand
those fucking
how
characters.
good the writing to Borderlands 3 is if you've played the new Tales.
Tales
It's
2?
so depressing. It just makes you sad.
Dude, when I started watching the like movie playthrough version, you know, whatever, like when you just watch somebody else play it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I see the thing open on that like Handsome Jack, not Handsome Jack, what's his name? Reese.
Yeah, they make
Jack
Reese
art
even worse than
planet.
he was in 3.
Yeah. And he's still talking about his fucking favorite frozen yogurt place. I was like, nah, I'm done.
No, no,
I'm
no.
not watching
Not.
this. This
What if
was
I
the
told
worst
you?
joke in Borderlands
Not
2.
only is he still talking about it, but it's the main point of the game, the entire plot of the game.
Oh my
There are
goodness,
3 main
so
characters in
bad.
this game, and one of them is literally the owner of that ice cream shop, of the frozen yogurt shop. I'm not joking. You spend a lot of time there for no point, for no reason. It's really bad.
Literally, the only character who got better in Borderlands 3 is Krieg. Literally the only character, because he had a whole DLC about how he's psycho, why he's psycho, and his trauma. I mean, that DLC made some unreasonable fucking
I really like the
claims,
playable
Lilith
characters in 3. All
saved-
4 of them are fun, and the way that they reworked the skill tree. I mean, that's more gameplay than that.
Oh,
but I still like the
Well,
aesthetic
that's
of the
great.
characters.
Gameplay? No, the gameplay is so good, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. The gameplay is really good in 3.
And that's why it hurts
That's
the most.
the Borderlands dilemma. The worst writing out of the mainline games and the best gameplay.
Yeah.
Like the guns are
Those skill
so
trees are
good
awesome
and
for
varied.
The different characters.
Skill trees are really good.
Like you get 3 options, and you can only have 2, and you can also double 1 if you want.
Like as soon as I saw that they made a Borderlands game with no shitty, boring turd character, I was like, okay, they've done it. After 3 games, they figured out that having a shitty, boring fucking turd character is not the way to go for a Borderlands game.
Yeah. It's a weird requirement they have every time.
Mose, Siren, Flak, and Zane. No DLC characters, which sucked. I mean, I
Yeah,
know
their
that
reasoning is so
whatever,
bad.
they're
Like, most people don't use them. It's like, yeah, because they're the DLC ones that get added after. That's why most people
most
don't use
people
them.
don't
That's
buy
not.
the DLC.
That's not.
I don't think.
That doesn't make any sense. Also, usually when they add the DLC characters, people love them.
Yeah. Like Krieg?
Yeah, Krieg is one
Holy
of them.
fuck. Hold on. Dude, you gotta play The Witcher now. You've played Cyberpunk.
I own The Witcher. I tried it. I got bored.
Well, you gotta try again.
No.
Yes.
There's so much just stuff I don't care about. Like, I just want to play the game. What is all this stupid... like, I check my inventory and I have one of everything that possibly exists. That's
And just don't pick it all up.
I can't help myself.
You don't engage with the creating system, crafting system.
I can't not pick it up. You should see what I pick up in Cyberpunk. Everything I can touch, and then I just dump it all. I sell all of it.
Same.
I think I barely
Same.
crafted anything.
Why
I didn't
not?
want to. I just got. I don't even. I probably did it once or twice.
I mean, they streamlined all of it so much, and I'm grateful for it. Like, back in the day, you know how, like, most characters now, most people you kill, they drop guns, but they're broken, and when you pick them up, you just auto-scrap it? And back in the day, they would have, like, the Witcher thing, where they would be like, you'd kill somebody, and they'd have, like, junk on them, and every gun would drop, and you would always be overloaded with shit. And as soon as they played that first mission after coming back after 2.1 and seeing that they got rid of all of that, and I was like, wow, they've streamlined the inventory system so much. I'm so happy. Like, clothes are no longer tied to stats, which is really good.
Yeah, that's just never a good idea in games.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess I'll wear this ugly
okay.
shirt because it has a higher number than the other one that actually looks nice.
Yeah. I mean, I never played like this. I'd be like, dude, this is the most under-leveled piece of gear, but I'll still wear it because it looks dope as hell.
Yeah.
All right, well, back to the topic at hand, I think. So who else? We've discussed some of our Borderlands characters. Now your turn now.
I think you missed like almost
What
every
about-
playable character that's good. You didn't really mention anyone.
I mean, playable characters are just fine usually.
Brick and Mordecai, I love them. First game.
Brick and Mordecai, yeah, they're good. Roland is boring as hell.
He's a pretty minor character, but I like TK Baha.
Oh, T.
You meet him in 1.
Yeah, and then
Dr.
he's dead
Zed?
in 2.
Didn't
Ooh,
mention
I love
him.
Dr. Zed. I do slap with Dr. Zed. Like, some of
Did
the characters
you
that were
say
good.
you like Tannis? Because Tannis is a good arc.
Tannis is good in 2, and really fucking bad in 3.
Yeah, but it's cool hearing her lose
No,
her mind
Tannis
in
is-
1.
Tannis, yes, that's cool. Tannis does not have a good arc. Tannis's arc is that she was secretly a siren. Okay, first of all, this is really fucking stupid.
She was in
because
1 as well.
we know every single fucking siren in the universe at this point, I think.
Yeah, because there can
At
only
the
be like
end of
12 of them or
Borderlands-
something, right?
And there's like 6 of them, I think, or whatever.
There's a set number.
And we know like all of them. Like, at the end of that game, we know Lilith, we know Maya, we know Tannis, we know the Calypsos, we know Amira. Well, and like the some, whatever else.
Yeah.
And just the reveal that Tannis had Angel's powers all along, and like just did not tell anybody is so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's just really fucking bad. It's the Lilith problem. Lilith was just like
The source of all
meh
problems.
in 1, and then they made her cringe in 2, and then Borderlands 3, Lilith is like, yeah, she's like the fucking poster child for everything that is bad. She is cringe, her arc is cringe. She talks like a Tumblr character from, like, I don't know, a character from a Tumblr comics.
Yeah.
I mean, I like, what's his name? What's his name? Oh, Salvador. That's his name, Sal.
Yeah. You're not a
I
fan
like
of any of the
Sal
turret
fine
characters?
enough. I mean, Axton is also like Roland is really boring. Axton is also boring,
Yeah.
but he's slightly more funny than Roland in 3 at
Because he's
least.
like in love with
Like
his
once
turtles.
we get to 3. No, because he's like just broke as hell, and he starts hosting some shitty like show with Sal.
Doesn't he like
But yeah, just
say his turret is like his wife or something?
yeah, I think he has sex with his turrets. Um, what else is playable? Yeah, Krieg is good. I do. We mess with Krieg. Gauge, nothing burger. Free sequel. Hammerlock's sister, nothing.
The ice powers?
The Jack clone,
Yeah, what is that?
probably
Jack
one of my
London, okay.
favorites.
Oh, I like Nisha and Athena. One of my favorite characters is Athena.
Yeah, Athena's good.
I wouldn't
Athena's
like her as
good
much if
because
she
was in
wasn't
a
in.
game where yeah,
Yeah.
she was in a game where
Tails.
the writing is actually good.
Right, right.
Yeah, like Athena, fine enough. Nisha, I mean, like, what do we know about Nisha?
She
She
dated
was a
Jack.
cowboy woman, and then she killed, yeah, she dated Jack and killed Brick's dog. Wow.
Compelling.
I don't understand how this gameplay works. Like, how this system works. If you switch sides and it's plants versus zombies, like,
And then it's zombies versus
if
plants.
you win, and if you win every round, like, does the board not move?
What board? The pieces that
Like,
fall?
the board of these. Yeah.
Each piece is each objective. So if you have 2 out of 6, you've taken the first 2 objectives. If you have all of them, you've done everyone.
What's objective? I thought it was like campaign and Battlefield.
Yeah, it's more like Rush than Conquest.
Wilhelm, cool concept.
He gets
Wilhelm
chromed
probably
out
has
a
the
little too
coolest
hard.
Concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coolest concept, wasted as hell. Just like, oh, I'm Guy. Oh, I'm Robot. Oh, Handsome Jack now poison me and I lose to the Vault Hunters. Sick. That's it.
Oh, I am
Awesome.
Robot.
What a cool concept. Oh, I am Guy. Oh, I'm Robot. Yeah. The Jack. The Jack is cool because, like, in the Handsome Jackpot DLC in Borderlands 3, he is like the Jack clone that you talk to all the way through, Timothy. And he's cool in that. I like him in that.
What's his name, Timothy?
Yeah, his real name is Timothy. And yeah, I do like all of the playable characters in 3. Fine enough. Except for Amira. She has the cringe Vaughn thing where her only shtick in Borderlands 3 is like, ooh, I am muscle woman. That's it. Like, what did they do to my boy Vaughn? Can we actually talk about the biggest loss? Vaughn and Reese. 2 biggest character assassinations of all time. Reese, whose entire arc is to reject corporations, becomes a corporate asshat between games, between different writers.
Yeah, it's really
And
frustrating because
Vaughn
they
goes
turn such
from,
a
like-
likable character with such a good development into just. I can't even describe to you how bad the writing is for him in New Tales from the Borderlands. I couldn't.
I
It
can
wouldn't do it
imagine. I saw the
justice.
first like cutscene where he
It's so
talks to like
painful.
the scientist lady.
Yeah, it's real painful.
And what's his face? What is bro's name? Yeah, Vaughn.
Yeah, I guess we'll just
Vaughn
go our
goes from,
separate
like-
ways.
Yeah. He also goes from like pretty well-rounded character to like muscly, stupid dude bro
Man was an
guy.
accountant.
Yeah, man was an accountant. How did he become a bandit chief? And his whole shtick is like a bandit life, whatever the fuck bro says.
Yeah, he says that.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, Maya, that's who I forget from the Vault Hunters. Maya is fine. Her arc is stupid. She has the Obi-Wan, stupid as hell Obi-Wan arc. Well, like, it made sense for Obi-Wan. It doesn't make sense for Maya, because she was, like, kind of a little sassy in BL2, and then in BL3 she's like, I must teach this orphan. Now it is time for me to die. Goodbye.
She's the chosen
That's it.
one.
Yeah.
For the orphans.
Ava. Ava is really bad. But
It was
like,
bad, but she could have been good.
could have been okay, I think. I don't like. I just don't think the Borderlands writers have it in them to make a character like Ava actually good.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my god! I didn't see that.
Dude, playing on very hard. Playing Cyberpunk on very hard is really punishing now, especially with the build that I'm doing. I have like no health, and I'm doing net running build, and so I'm just like shredded. It is crazy. I get shredded so fast. Like 2 seconds and I'm shredded.
Yeah. Hard got easier when I started upgrading.
Yeah. But also like doing the normal build. Like I just finished one where I did Sandy, body and reflex build, and it was just like, oh, yeah, this is cool. This is fine. But this is like, yeah, I deal crazy damage and I can absolutely obliterate a whole group of enemies with just like quick hacking them. But like, wow, is this... If I get into combat, I need to be really careful or I get shredded.
How did he outdamage me? Come on! 7%.
But yeah, here's my TED Talk. Borderlands writing was never really good. And so
I agree, but it got a lot worse.
Borderlands movie cannot really work that well. Yeah.
They went from map plots to like, why are they ruining the entire franchise?
Yeah.
The world was more
Borderlands
important
went
than the
from-
story.
Borderlands went from the funny because I'm 15 years old and the millennial lol random humor is funny to me to not funny and just painfully cringe, but not because I'm grew out of it, but because the writing is really bad.
Yeah, I definitely think it got worse.
My other favorite character, Torg, he's just loud and abrasive. He's like the loud and abrasive asshole that is just actually pretty sensitive inside. When he comes to D&D, Tina's D&D party, because he just wants to play D&D,
Oh yeah.
and Tina is like, "Oh, you're stupid." And she's like, "Just wanna play." I never got invited. Like, holy fuck. The Vault Hunters know so many CEOs. It's a little absurd. You know Reese, the CEO of Atlas. You know Jack, the CEO of Hyperion. You know Torg personally. You know Wainwright Jacobs, the CEO of Jacobs personally.
Yeah, there's not many other companies at that point. You know
Yeah.
Malawan, you know what's his name?
Oh yeah,
You kill the son.
Katagawa.
Katago, actual
You kill
cyberpunk
Katagawa.
plot happening out there.
Yeah. You kill Katagawa Jr. Wait, do you kill him or do you
Yeah, you kill him, I
kill
think, right?
his ball? Oh yeah, you do.
He's
He
the one in
dresses up as
the Zero
Zero.
suit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He dresses up as Zero.
Oh, I keep getting killed by pirates.
I feel like this movie was put into production like 15 fucking not 15.
It was
like
actually like almost 10 years ago, I think. It's weird.
It's the same as like the FNAF movie. I remember being a little kid and hearing about the FNAF movie, and it came out when I'm like a grown ass man now. But well, that turned out to be pretty good, so maybe.
The
But I
fans
gotta
were
say,
happy, and
like
that's
the
all that
FNAF
matters,
movie
I guess.
turned out, yeah, it turned out pretty good just because I'm like a FNAF fan. But I feel like if I was just like, if I wasn't a FNAF fan, I'd be like, what is this Mickey Mouse bullshit?
Yeah, no, I would probably hate it if I didn't have some understanding what was happening.
Yeah.
But if you were there,
It's like one of
the
those
night I
movies that
saw
is
it,
just for the fans.
it was like opening night, and the entire, not only like was the theater itself like full, but like the entire like lobby to the giant theater was completely full. Mostly children, but the audience was like freaking out more than any other movie I've ever seen. Like more than like Avengers stuff, any Marvel or Disney stuff. Like that was the most excited I've ever heard an audience during a movie.
Dude, the most excited I've ever heard an audience was when Captain America picked up the Mjolnir. That was like the most exciting I think I've ever heard a movie theater be.
No, this was crazier
Either
than that.
that or when Han Solo showed up
This was crazier than
in
either
The
of
Force
those.
Awakens. Yeah, I believe you. Dude, I watched it with Dusty, which counts for, I think, 10 FNAF fans.
Making 10 men feel like 100.
Yeah. Making one man feel like 10. Doo-dum, 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 doo-dum.
Just run around healing people.
The healing. Can you try a brain dance?
Do
Oh,
you
that's
die?
gotta be exciting. Hmm?
I said, do you die?
Duty duty.
Can't imagine it, watching a brain dance of someone dying.
Nah, absolutely not. That's gotta be crazy. That's a Black Mirror plot right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that is actually a Black Mirror plot. And
Never seen
it's a
any
White
Black
Christmas.
Mirror.
Oh my god. Sometimes you just say things and it shocks me to my core.
Usually, you know, when I look at a mirror, I just see myself.
You've never seen a sooty ass mirror before?
Yeah, I've never watched any episode of Black Mirror.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Because that's like, it's kind of like, for our age, it's kind of like the Sopranos, you know? It's like you ask a 40-year-old person and they say they've never seen the Sopranos, like one episode of The Sopranos, and be like, huh. That is weird.
What planet were you born
I
on?
feel like you should.
Oh,
know what I
I'm
mean?
dying so quick. I gotta switch.
The time to kill in this game is really weird to me because you get melted, but like everybody also feels like they have way too much health.
Let me play with someone who has. This guy has probably the quickest time to kill in the game. I think it's up there. This guy sucks. I hate him.
Who the Electro Pea?
Okay, it's time to play cactus. Yeah.
This is what my toilet be seeing after I drink a Gatorade.
All right, ice cactus.
The Electro Pea. No
Do you
joke.
like
dude,
Gatorade
that
or
was
Powerade more?
I'm a Powerade guy.
I think I might have switched sides
Always
to
have
Powerade.
been. Gatorade is kind of like, Which one has
It's kind
the
of like,
grape flavor? Which one has the grape flavor? Is it Powerade or Gatorade?
I don't remember.
Thing is, I think Gatorade has more flavors that I like, but the two Powerade flavors, the red and the blue, the classics, they just hit so different. I think especially the blue is just like the single best sports drink.
I used to like the
I kind of want to try Prime.
yellow Gatorade,
I don't know
but
why.
now I'm sick of it.
My favorite is the grape Gatorade.
I haven't had that in a long time.
I think blue and red Powerades are better than blue and red Gatorade. But Gatorade has the purple, which is also really good.
Man just stood there
I don't have a,
and then froze.
I mean, I just haven't had like an electrolyte drink in like actually years. I think last time I had an electrolyte drink was probably like 2 years ago.
I don't know. Don't you get electrolytes out of water? Probably had
You
some
do.
water.
I mean, like you only need electrolytes if you're like running in the sun or like sweating profusely for whatever reason.
Yeah. And like salt's involved, isn't it?
Where is this legendary gun? Yeah, bitch. Judy.
The 05 was probably the gun I used the longest throughout my playthrough of Cyberpunk.
The 05?
It was like an anti-material.
The one you get from the street fight? The Tektronica grad you get from the street fight with the 6th Street?
I think so.
I mean, I know what I'm talking about. I just wanted to launch my knowledge. So do you feel better equipped now to play the campaign? After finishing the game and being in the know?
Yeah, I feel like I got the general idea before, but now I know specifics, I know diction, I know, you know, hand characters, relevant
Yeah,
people, some places. I know how the city's mapped out.
yeah. Dude, I gotta say, I think Night City is my favorite city in all of video games. It's either number one or number two. And my other number one or number two is Novigrad from The Witcher. Like, dude, CDPR just know how to make a good ass city. That's all I have to say.
I don't
Like,
know.
oh my god, dude,
Let's see.
Novigrad is goated. Video games. I love a good city, a good theme park, a good representation of Vegas. That's also, I think, is pretty good. A good New York, maybe.
New York puts me to sleep.
Like New York is a map for a game,
I'm just so bored of it.
or just New York. It is,
Anywhere.
it does, but I feel like it's still pretty hard to make a good New York.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what you'd say constitute like good.
I
Like,
mean,
is New York good in the Spider-Man games?
yeah, that's probably best New York. I was about to say Spider-Man PS5 New York is probably best New York. But you also like go through it completely different. I mean, there's no Spider-Man without New York, so I guess it better be a good New York.
I hope. What's his name? Galactus or whatever steps on New York. What do you think of that?
I think the Nexus is like same with the Earth, so it'd be pretty hard for him to step on New York
He steps on all
specifically.
of New Jersey. He can step on New York. He just missed it by like an inch.
Doesn't I thought he was too big. Galactus is such a stupid ass threat. Like, what are you supposed to do against this brother?
In the Tick comics, he meets a Galactus like being.
Oh,
And
do you see the picture for the Fantastic Four movie?
yeah,
It's gonna be set in the 60s.
Pedro Pascal fans, I know you're one.
Oh yeah, no, we're eating good with Pedro.
Eating good with Pedro.
I'm just no, okay. Here's the thing is, first of all, Pedro as Mr. Fantastic, weird cast. Not exactly who I see as Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic to me is um like a white lanky dude. Like Pedro is too scruffy for Mr. Fantastic. Like Mr. Fantastic in my mind is just a gigantic dork. Like John Krasinski was a good pick for Mr. Fantastic,
Yeah, I mean he already got to be
I think.
him technically.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking. Like that's what I'm saying. Like John Krasinski is like the old dorky white guy. That Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, you think they'd want to cast him because the fans would want it, but I don't really care honestly. I think the Fantastic Four is lame.
What? Fantastic Four is great. When I was a
Boring.
kid, that was my number three. That was my number three.
When
It
I was a
was
kid, I was like,
Spider-Man,
this is the
Daredevil,
most
Fantastic
outdated
Four.
group of heroes I've ever seen in my life, is what I thought as a kid.
No way you actually thought that. They
I
were
did.
sick.
I definitely did.
Bro was not sitting there being 11 and going like, this is outdated.
I
These
promise
suits
you
were
I was.
totally designed in the 60s. I'm fucking shocked.
No, it is exactly how I felt.
No, no. When you're 11 and you
Yes,
see the
yes.
Fantastic Four, you go, ooh, this guy is on fire. He is really cool.
No.
They have, I think the Fantastic Four, the best thing about the Fantastic Four is the villains. Like, Doctor Doom is the coolest fucking villain.
I agree. He is really cool.
I love my favorite thing about Doctor Doom's lore, like original. It's like the Lex Luthor and Superman thing from that cartoon where he goes, "You made me bald, Superman. I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah.
Whenever he's like, "I'm a farmer." It's the same way, dude. In those like original '60s cartoons, the Fantastic Four, like Doctor Doom gets a tiny scar on his face, and he goes, "I am hideous. I'm gonna put an iron mask and never take it off."
He sounded cool in those old shows. Okay, what do you want
Like,
to get invincibility that long
bro,
after spawning?
this is what Doctor Doom looks like without a mask now. I guess I'll just DM it to you. Like, no way, brother. Where it goes, I'm gonna put on an iron mask and never take it off.
It's pretty handsome.
This is it. This is it. This one tiny scar across your cheek, and you're like, "Whoop." Medieval iron mask on my face is the only option. The Silver Surfer is cool.
I never thought he was cool.
Bless you.
Everyone thinks
Silver
Silver Surfer is cool. Everyone is wrong, however.
He is cool.
He looks dumb. His thing is
Man
dumb.
flying.
That's dumb.
I actually don't know what his thing is.
I'm decimating these children right now.
You want to hear a fun fact about the Marvel Universe?
I doubt it'll be a fun fact and just more of a fact, but sure.
Okay, you want to hear a fact about the Marvel Universe?
Yeah.
Um,
It's ass.
so canonically, right? Marvel has, like the comic books have what is called a sliding timeline, where the whole timeline is counted. 30, like everything that has happened in the comics in the last 15 years has happened in 13 years since the Fantastic Four went on their flight and got their superpowers. So, like, in the canon, Spider-Man got his powers before the Four, but everything that has happened to Spider-Man since the Fantastic Four has had their powers has happened in 13 years only.
I don't understand it. And you don't have my attention.
It's pretty dope. Pretty interesting, at least.
I'm not thinking about Marvel anymore. I'm thinking about, you know, DC. The
When were you
superior of the two.
ever not thinking about the DC?
James Gunn is in control. We are back on top. The last Suicide Squad he did was awesome. The Batman was awesome, and he wasn't even involved in that.
Yep.
Peacemaker,
I gotta
he
say,
did that. Amazing. Loved that show.
here's my take. Here's
Yeah.
my take. Just don't make universes. Just make movies. Like, stop trying to make superhero or anything into a fucking universe. Just
agree.
make movies.
I
What
agree.
happened to
Franchises
making
are
movies?
dumb.
Why does
Eventually, they
Yes.
run out of creative ideas, and then they end up turning a good trilogy into an awful, endless series of never-ending dumpster fires.
Like, I'll keep it $1.50. I don't think we need a fucking new DC universe.
I want to see a
don't
Swamp Thing
need a
movie that's
movie where
good. If
Bat-
that when that comes out and it's good.
Yeah, just make it a Swamp Thing movie. Don't make it where Swamp Thing meets Robert Pattinson's Batman and whatever
that's
the
a separate
fucking new
universe.
Superman is gonna be.
It's a separate universe.
Well,
you know
yeah,
that?
but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
But I feel like he's playing
God.
from that video I watched earlier. He's playing it right. Like some stuff is just gonna be its own thing.
Yeah, I hope.
It seems like that.
Here's my hot take. Here's my hot take. Are you ready for the hot take?
I'm the ice cactus, but I'll
I
listen
kind
to
of
your
like
hot take.
Batman. I like Batman at his most, where he's just solo. Like, it's a Batman story.
How is that a hot take?
Like, I think as soon... I don't know. Because I feel like for comic book fans, this is a hot take. I don't know. As soon as you like, I like Batman where at his most when it's him against some of his more grounded enemies. Like as soon as you put a Batman against, like, task him with killing Bizarro, you're losing me.
Yeah.
Also, hot take number 2: people saw Injustice and Zack Snyder's Superman and now think that Superman is cooler when he is a big evil guy inside, and that is also really fucking stupid.
I like
He
it better
should
when
be taken
Superman
as little.
is a dork.
Yeah, no, Superman. Superman should be a dork.
Yeah.
Like, Superman is not a serious allegory to Jesus Christ.
No.
He's like a fucking country bumpkin with a heart of gold.
Yeah.
That one scene you showed me where he's getting chased by Mr. Misfit or whatever the fuck.
What? What?
Mr. Mzik Speaks.
Oh, Mixelplick?
Mixelplick, yeah.
Gilbert Gottfried?
Yep.
Alright, professional strategy right now.
What do you think of the mission where you go diving with Judy?
I thought it was weird that it couldn't be romantic.
Yeah, I think that scene works way better when you're like a when it's like
That
the
was such a
romance
date.
point with Judy. Yes, it is. It is weird when you do. It is so weird when you play it as male V, because with female V, the whole scene is like her going like, "Yo, let's hang out, make it a date, our first date." Oh my God, your ass looks so good in a wetsuit. Not me saying this is an actual scene in the game.
Yeah.
Your ass looks so good in a wetsuit. Oh, thank you. Oh, we have so much chemistry. This is adorable. And then yeah, when it's male V, it's like awkward. It's like, oh, just two friends going diving together in this very intimate location and listening to each other's thoughts. I mean, I guess I don't know why. I don't really know why friends wouldn't be able to do that, but it would be weird if me and bro are just diving.
No, that's because it has a 100% romantic tone and then doesn't.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it literally is.
Yeah. But the scene with, like, that scene is really good when you play female V.
In another life.
It's also, it's the same with the river thing where it's male V and river.
What's romantic there?
You're just like, I mean, I don't know if romantic is the right tone, but he's just like, oh, let's go meet my sister, and all of the scenes where you're sitting at a table and the sister's like, so do you guys have something romantic happening? It's just so weird, but it's just like two bros coming to eat together. Like,
I don't remember talking to her and her saying that.
When
I
you
sat
go
down and
to
she
his
was like,
family, well, that's what I'm saying.
"Will
But if
you
you're
find
playing
my
female,
son?"
that whole
And you're like, "Yeah,
no,
your
this
life
is
looks
after you
hard,"
found
and
him.
then you walk away.
No, it's like when you come for dinner, if you're female V, he's like, so what do you think? Is my brother cute? And you're like, sure. Bro's 40.
But he's straight.
He is, yes.
Yeah. So it's only really weird if you're a woman.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not as intimate as the Judy scene.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I love the concept of Judy's mission. A whole flooded city, but it's not like naturally flooded, it's just they built a fucking dam and just flooded a city.
They do that in
Just
real
still
life.
standing there. I mean, yeah, but it's just like, I don't know, it's a cool concept to dive there.
Yeah. Also, that water is like completely toxic.
Dude, my second playthrough, when I was playing Male V and doing the romance with Pan Am, was so jarring to me because all of the Judy romances, like, my best friend Evelyn is fucking dead. I'm so sad and remorseful, and my life is shit, and I hate Night City, and this shit sucks. And oh my god, my new girlfriend is dying, and there's nothing to save her, and it's just misery upon misery. It's like a romance completely built on trauma. And then you play Male V and Romance Pan Am, it's like, oh, this is chill. This is chill as hell. This is nice.
Did that just say my potato mine did 10 damage? Excuse me? What? That's at 100, right? I had to have said 100.
I think it's at 100. But yeah, I do think that the Pan Am romance is the nicest.
It feels like the most like main choice. I think they put a lot more attention to that relationship than the others. I mean the Judy one actually as well, but RIP to the men. I feel like the men didn't get enough attention. I don't know.
What, man?
The male dating options.
Oh, the male. Yes, they absolutely didn't.
Like
they
River
were
is not a
good.
compelling character.
River is
for
not a
romance.
compelling character. His
It's a weird
story
thing.
is not romantic at all.
At all. It's so
Like-
it's so dark and sad, and he's just like
Yeah.
so defeated. And I think there are moral issues with dating him because it's like he's so
Yeah.
he's dealing with too much. He's too vulnerable.
Did you romance Gary? Did you romance Gary?
I think you said Gary. The snail. No, I did not
Gary.
romance Carrie. That's weird. He's like 50 years older than you.
I mean, yeah, bro's like 90. Yeah, but it's fine. He's as mature as you, I'm pretty sure. But
That does not
no,
help.
It's like,
That almost makes things even
so
worse.
weird.
It probably does.
the way that they were not built the same as like, I mean, Pan Am literally has one of the endings completely locked behind finishing her storyline, which pushes her romance a lot. Especially if you're male V and you spend a lot of time with her, even before, you know.
Yeah.
Like, Judy is also main story, but slightly less significant, right? Then Carrie is a big part of Johnny's storyline, and so you do get to meet him if you do pursue the Johnny storyline.
Yeah, like structurally it
Which
makes a
is-
lot of sense as a choice,
Yeah.
but in
It's
play,
so
it's
late
like
into the game.
it's so late and he's old.
Yeah, but it's also like it's super late into the game, and it happens after like you need to do the whole game almost, and then you do all of Johnny's storyline, and then Carrie calls you after the Johnny storyline, and then you have to do all of the Carrie storyline, and then you get to get Carrie. And River is like a secret almost. You get a call from Elizabeth Perales, and if you just decide not to do that side content, you will not even know that fucking River is in the game. Like, they definitely did not pour as much heart and soul
That's what I mean.
into
Like
River
if
as they did.
everyone was a main choice, they'd be built into the story, and they would start near the start, and they would be, yeah, they'd be available near the start.
I mean, if everybody was as viable of a choice, they would be built the same way as Carrie and Judy. I mean, as Pan Am and Judy, because those are the two that you meet right away, right after you get into Act 2.
They have a bias. They
You
don't
go
want you to
meet
date
Judy.
men.
I mean, Judy, you even meet earlier than that. Judy
her
is
in
there
one of the
from
first
like
missions.
the start of the game.
You meet
Yeah,
Evelyn
you meet her
so
in the
early.
second mission in the game. Yeah, it's the second mission in the game.
Yeah.
Well, not technically second, but
Once you
know
get
what
out
I
of
mean.
the start.
structurally second. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pan Am is a big part.
Yeah, like right after you meet Rogue.
Yeah.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
yeah,
I
it's
stepped
like
on a toe.
you talk to Takamura, and Takamura is like, "Come chill with me. Come meet, like check up on Hellman and check up on Evelyn." And Takamura doesn't even call you before you either start the Pan Am mission or the Judy mission.
Yeah. How late do you meet River? Is it set behind something, or can you meet him earlier?
Elizabeth Perales called me right after I finished. After I found Hellman. Like, I found Hellman and then she called me.
So that's
and
like
she's
right after.
"Yo,
It's still
let's
after
meet."
Pan Am though. I mean,
Yeah.
she's so early, but it's like
Yeah.
forced behind that.
Like-
I mean, but if you're
Yeah.
either way, you can't date both because you'd have to be a man or a woman to do either.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, technically River is earlier than Carrie, but the fact that you need to do an unrelated mission first, a side mission first, and only then you meet River is like something else. And also, River has the most boring design. He looks like a fucking pimp. Like, he is just so weird for a cop. He has like a red wife beater and like a jacket.
Yeah.
The only good thing about River is if you have the sex scene with River as female V, you get a shirt that says "fuck the police," which I think is pretty funny.
And then Johnny's like, I really don't know how to respond to that.
I really would just, I think at this point, rather stay in Mikoshi.
I wish I could close my digital eyes. I wanted to hurl myself into the black wall.
My other thing is like, when you know, female V with Judy or male V with Pan Am, Johnny is like, when you after like a little romance starts happening with Judy, Johnny calls you. I mean, Johnny talks to you, and he's like, "I understand. She makes you feel all mushy inside. I feel it. Your hormones are getting out of hand." And when whatever, like you do the Pan Am kiss, he's like, "I'd say get on this bike and follow this chick
Oh yeah, yeah.
because she is special."
If I knew you weren't dying.
Yeah, when you like first start romancing River, Johnny is like, "Don't do it, V. This guy's a fucking creep."
He is though.
He is. And then for Carrie, he's like, "Yeah, whatever." He's like the only one that personally knows Carrie.
Right.
The ending where you give your body to Johnny is so also bittersweet. I mean, every
Pick
ending
that
is
one. That's
bittersweet.
a crazy one. I guess you're like,
I think
I love
Baker
Keanu
did.
Reeves. Wee.
Yeah. I think it makes sense for V. I mean, for a certain V. Like, if it's a
Yeah.
V that really gelled with Johnny and was just like, well, like, he's gonna have this body for. He's basically just has a new life. Like, V is 27. And so Johnny is just gonna get another chance of a life, like a full life. And I mean, V just becomes an AI. So, regardless, pretty damn weird.
I'm gonna go eat, I think.
I gotta say the explanation for I'm gonna go to sleep for a second, but let me finish making my point first.
Okay. All right.
The
I'll keep
explanation
playing
for
this game
why
after.
V the explanation for why V can't stay in their body, the alt is like your genetic code is too overwritten. But I understand if V gets programmed to the engram, wouldn't the genetic code then start rebuilding V?
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all either because it's like, Are you saying that V's brain was already partially Johnny's before? Because it probably started at 0%. So
Yeah.
I don't really understand. Those seem to
Yeah,
be
no,
pretty
I
complete
guess
in terms of percentage-wise.
I guess that part, but also it's like I don't understand. Not really.
I guess because Johnny
The
was like
neural
saved
pathways have
on
been
that versus
rebuilt.
there was no saved version of his complete brain.
I mean, I understand. No, I understand. Like I understand the brain part. Johnny was on it, and when the bullet damaged V's brain, it repaired that damage with Johnny's brain
Yeah.
DNA, essentially. And so then it grew like a tumor on top of V's brain. I
Right.
gotta say, it has gotta be the most like weird. Like, imagine dying and then waking up in a woman's like brain, and then you do all this, and she decides to give you the body, and then you're just a woman. Like, if a female V gives Johnny her body, then you're just a woman. Like, Johnny becomes a woman.
Yeah.
I don't like what is does he like is it technically a trans story then?
Mm,
There's an episode in Black Mirror where they develop these like VR headsets, right? Which like let you like super get into a game, right? Like for example, let's say we're playing fighting games, but we would both connect. We'd like put our VR headsets on, and we'd like be in the game fighting each other essentially.
okay.
And the plot of that is like two friends decide to play that game, and they're like one of them is married. They're both like middle-aged black people, and so they get into the game, and one of them plays as like a white woman, and the other plays as an Asian dude, and then they just start having sex, and so they get like addicted to like hopping on, whatever, like Street Fighter, and then having sex instead of fighting.
Weird game.
Yeah, it's a cool story
I feel like a game that
conceptually because it's
advanced
like,
you wouldn't be someone else. You'd be yourself. I don't
I
know.
mean, they are themselves. They're just like in somebody else's body.
Right.
It's just weird, really weird conceptually, like really weird conceptually. So like, because I feel like a lot of good media, it's essentially just thought exercises, right? A lot of good thoughtful media is just thought exercises.
Right. Well, what I wondered is if you
No, this
are Johnny and you take over V's brain and you have a date with Rogue, and if you have sex, is that rape?
is it
For
rape?
V.
Yeah, I have thought about that.
That's what I
I
wonder.
think it is,
I don't know. I feel like, but
but is
technically did he consent to that? I feel like he knew. Part of him knew. I don't know.
I mean when he went on the date with Rogue and was like, "Yeah, have my body," probably. But in that first one where he's like groping the stripper and making out with the stripper, like that he didn't consent to. He was like,
No.
I'm gonna go and ask Rogue one question, and then he gets fucking shit faced and like finger blasts a stripper in a car.
Yeah.
And that's different. Hmm. But on the other hand, is it technically V having sex with River? Is that rape of Johnny? I mean, all of them, but specifically because he is super against, you know. Is that rape of Johnny? I mean, I guess it's not his body, but he still did not consent to it, and he still has to go through the feeling.
It definitely counts less so because I feel like he's just an AI at that point,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, whoever is in the body decides. Imagine just like he wakes up in a woman's body. Like that's just crazy, right? You die and then you live in a fucking like neural matrix and then you emerge and you're a woman now. Like you
Yeah,
feel everything
honestly,
that
that
this
doesn't seem that
woman
weird to me.
feels. But just like changing your sex instantly, essentially. Like because
Right.
for him, like
He hasn't
time
experienced
didn't
any
pass. He
time.
said it's
Yeah. But also,
like he
it's
said
like,
it's like he was sleeping.
what makes a person? Like, can you really be put onto a chip? Does that really make him him?
Yeah.
Same thing with Jack,
I'd
Handsome
argue
Jack
yes.
in Tails. It's like, I don't really know how to feel about this AI. I gotta say, those plots are like very parallel,
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
and they're both cyberpunk universes. I
Yep.
mean, sure, Borderlands is a little more, science fiction because it's not just Earth, whatever. But
Yeah, Borderlands is sci-fi, but cyberpunk on.
in New Tales, you
I
spend the
mean,
entire time on the Atlas headquarters planet with Reese, so that's very cyberpunk because you're just there
yeah.
in this big
I
city
mean that is a cyberpunk planet. You know,
in
that's like
Corpo.
essentially what cyberpunk started from. It started from like two different. Well, it started from like a couple of different things, but like the two main ones were the game of life or whatever. But you know, not the board game where like they programmed certain rule sets into computer codes, and computers started doing things where like they would move like cells and they would replicate in like cells and like all that. And well, the other one was the big Japanese electronics boom and like the American fear of like Japanese overtaking America economically and technologically.
Hmm.
Kind of like inherently a little xenophobic
Yeah.
as a genre. But like the other one was yeah